Hey, what's going on, everybody? Another current day vlog. It is Wednesday morning right now. Man, I can see that thing from here. Can you guys see that? Maybe if I put some light on my face. I got this crazy bump on my eye that I'm assuming is a sty. And it's messing me up, and I keep rinsing my eyes out and stuff like that, trying to take care of them, and my eyes are burning. Everything feels weird, but it's a nice day. It's nice weather-wise out here. I hear some people are dealing with some crazy storms and things like that across the country, which really sucks. Tornadoes and such. I woke up hearing about on the news. When the weather like that gets to us here on the East Coast, it's usually just in the form of like really heavy wind and really bad rain. We have had like tornadoes in the past, but not like huge damaging ones. Well, I say that, I'm sure there have been at some point in time, but it's not like a regular occurrence around here. So, you know, I feel for all the people going through all that BS right now as the seasons change, but I'm sure you're used to it as well. The last few days I've been struggling like crazy. I've been struggling on the leg. And when I say I'm struggling, it's progression. And the progression has led to just one thing after another. And I figured, I should put that away. And I figured I'd share with you guys what's going on and the changes I've made. And you know, I don't know, just talk to you for a minute. So I don't know how I'm going to show you here because I got the window in front of the house. All right, I'll figure that out in a minute. But basically, to talk it out for a second, I made some changes where I think I mentioned to you guys. For those of you that have prosthetics, I know you love hearing about this stuff. For those of you that don't, you can fast forward along later in the video. But basically, I was making the movements on my foot, like left and right, up and down like this, and I was trying to get that part of the step right. And I mentioned to you guys that I had moved the foot, like I was playing with the foot, moving it outwards like this and back in. After the last appointment with the doc, he set the foot where it needed to be. It was a great position. I came home, I set this where it needed to be and this where it needed to be. I don't know what to call it. I just set the access point from the ankle and the foot to where it was comfortable. And then everything was good. I started walking around for a few days and I got a little wear and tear from moving everything. And when I say it cut me, I don't want people to think like the worst. It wore my skin a little bit, which is uncomfortable only because that's where all the pressure, every step I take, you know what I mean, goes to, like usually right where it cut or where it rubbed a little bit. And it makes it irritable all day, like hard to walk around. It's been a long time since I got like a cut in a bad spot like that. So a few days I struggled. And as I've mentioned in the past, sometimes those of us with prosthetics want to make a change to ease that comfort for the next few days. But the truth is you can't. You have to tough that out where it is, how it is, because you start making changes, you're just going to start wearing other parts. You're going to get all kinds of sores and stuff like that that could occur. And everything's going to get bad. So I took my time, I let that heal. As I let that heal, I changed this other part of my leg that I haven't talked about or shown you guys yet. Let me take these out of the bag. You can see them in the bag too. What these basically are little like rubber stoppers. And the knee that I have is called the total knee. Let me show you guys here while I talk. And the total knee right here has this little thing in the front that pulls up. And in there is another one of these, which you can see the green one would be like this in here. So every one of these is like a different like stiffness of rubber. So the black one's like the medium, like you can squeeze it a little bit. The green one you can really squeeze, it's really soft. And the yellow one, it's actually pretty hard. And with the yellow one, I never really enjoyed that or liked that throughout the year. I like to have like a little bit of cushion. I always felt like that was a more comfortable step. Now that I'm walking a little bit better, prior to these last few weeks making these changes, I decided after I healed up this week, I should say, I decided I was going to try to put the yellow, the stiff one in there just to see what the difference was. Because as I get more comfortable with this leg and I see myself on video more, I notice my dip from left to right. You know, people might say my gangster lean or whatever. You know, I have a limp. And the limp comes from the soft rubber and also the flex from the heel. The old limp that I used to have, which was similar, came from the fact that I was on too short of a leg. And I walked similar, so I guess that's why it's more comfortable to me, I think. But long story short, you guys see that I installed the yellow one in here. And what happens is when the leg comes down here, if you can see, as it bends, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but as it bends, you know, that's when the force right there, you see that piece right here? Oops, no you don't. this piece right here shows up right there, and then as it comes down, and that's where the flex and that's where the pressure comes down. And I'm assuming, I don't know exactly what that's for, I'm not going to pretend I do, but I'm assuming that's just made for comfort level for people. I don't know if everyone's like allowed to actually get these from their prosthesis doctor and stuff like that. We have a mutual understanding, me and my guy, because he hates when people tinker. He hates, I shouldn't say hates, but they don't encourage people that tinker with their legs. They call them tinkerers, so he always called me, oh, you're a tinkerer. But I also explained to him that I grew up in machine shops, I tear engines apart, and I know my way around a couple screws, you know, respectfully. With this leg, I never touched it at all. I just let him do everything. It's not until lately that I'm just trying to work out a smooth step now that I like the leg and everything's where I, you know, what I want. And I'm trying to make it look comfortable as well as be comfortable, just because I'm like a bit of a perfectionist like that. I find it important. It's important to me for some way to feel comfortable and to present myself comfortable. Like, I'm okay with not having a leg, and I'm all right with it not growing back, and I'll wear shorts all summer, so you can see the little robot part of the leg. Like, I'm not shy or bashful, but I do want my step to be nicer. And the truth is, it'll become less of an issue for me when I wear shorts, because everyone will see why I'm struggling and see why I'm, you know, it's more of a concern, and I find people staring more and things like that, which doesn't bother me, but it's like on a bad day, it's like, oh, it must be real bad because everyone's just looking at me and looking back down at my leg. But in the summertime, you know, they don't need to look twice because they see the prosthetic, and I feel a little less, not intimidated, but I feel a little less goofy. It's like it's in your face. Now you don't have to wonder what's going on. Now you can see it. So there it is, and it's just easier. It's just, you know, it's like I am with my words and my attitude. It's just blunt. It's right out in your face. There's no question. So immediately when I put this, the yellow stopper in there, the stiff one, I stood up and it felt good. I don't know what it was that felt good, but it felt like what I was missing at the time. Like I had this little instability and I just was trying to straighten it out, and it felt great. Side note, and a pretty funny thing, is I immediately at that time felt a little back pain too, and I couldn't figure out why, which became an issue the last few days. So I've been on this yellow stopper for a few days, and I'm probably going to be walking the best this weekend. This is Wednesday now, because I'm still real sore from my back. I didn't understand what I did to my back. I went through like all these events. I told you guys I keep in shape so I don't deal with having to get sore, and because I have to be like overactive to get around on the leg. So I try to just exercise and keep limber and, you know, keep stretched so that I don't run into problems where I'm sore. And all of a sudden, I was like in a lot of pain. I could barely get in and out of the car. I couldn't get up the last couple of days. I was like, what is going on? What did I do? Well, here it was a few days ago. I was chipping at some ice and snow out front with a shovel. And at the time, it didn't feel bad. But when I basically go through the motion, you know, as if that's what I was doing, that's where all the sore comes from. So, you know, I was hard on myself. I was hard on my body. Didn't realize it, but it took a few days to realize it. And the reason I'm sharing that is because I put the yellow stopper on, felt amazing for about 20 minutes, and then it might have helped irritate the back a little bit more, but that was 2 days ago. But the thing is I think I lost a lot of my, you know, my shoulders dipping and stuff like that when I'm walking. And I'll show you guys right now what I'm talking about. I don't even know what this is going to look like until I watch it, but even with a little sore back still, I hope that showed somebody something, because anyone that's seen me on video or seen me walk away has probably noticed I have a pretty drastic limp. Well, that flex in the knee not only took away the limp, but it made it so much better because all of a sudden I can feel the ankle flex. Like this foot that I have, which I think is called a Gillix for those who are interested. I was told that this thing, you know, the way the ankle moves isn't something like I've had in the past. And, you know, I could tell it was comfortable, but now that I locked the knee down a little stiffer, I can really feel the flex in the foot, which is helping me walk better. I think it's helping preload the foot and the knee better to kick out. Everything's just stiffer and smoother and sturdier. And I'm really excited. As soon as I told you guys, oh, hold on, let me show you the walk, I stood up real quick from my chair and I was like, oh, I feel like an old man. So my back's still hurting a little bit. But by this weekend, I should be good to go, and things should just improve. I have this outrageous goal in my head that I want to run. And since this guy told me that people do run on this knee, I'm wondering if I'm capable to run on this knee. I've never ran. 15 years, I've never run. And I was a very athletic type person with a very active lifestyle prior to this happening. So I don't know, it's never been a goal or a want or a need, but now that I feel like how stable this thing's been, aside from these past few weeks of making these adjustments and being like kind of all over the place, I think it's time to step it up. I want to get back on the skateboard. I want to do activities. I want to get more. I just want to do more. It's going to be an awesome summer, and I feel like doing a lot of stuff. So everything's positive in my life. I'm feeling fantastic. Wednesday, I have a lot of editing and work to do this afternoon, but I wanted to get this done for you guys. Just a quick vlog to get out. I hope everyone's feeling good. I want to share one thing with you guys. I literally just read an email before I picked up my camera. And Bo, if you're listening to me, I hear you loud and clear. Somebody just reached out to me, and you know, they deal with the limb loss and things like that. Like, which, you know, I don't talk much like this about it. But when I hear somebody's not feeling well, whether it's physically or mentally or anything like that, especially when they deal with limb loss or any other challenge, physically or mentally in life, to be honest with you, it affects me. I'm getting to an age where like I'm more emotional about things. I'm more aware of things that are going on. And I just read a very, very short email that I'm going to respond to in a second. And it was an email that I was almost excited to get, to see somebody send it. And then he told me that he's not feeling very good. And Bo, I get you. I'm listening to you. I'm going to respond to you in a minute. And honestly, I hope you're feeling better. Hope you're feeling better today. I see you sent that email a few days ago. No disrespect. I've been running around. My head's been busy and not always as positive as I try to be here. I live a real life too. I have my struggles. As I explained to you guys today, everything I've been through, it wears on my mind too. Sometimes it's hard to stay positive and keep a positive attitude. So I do understand. But you know what? It's spring. We all just dealt with a long winter. We all haven't been in the sun. We haven't been enjoying ourselves. And I know you live out on the West Coast and you have the sun and things like that. But the truth is, the season changes. People's attitudes change. It doesn't matter where you are. Summertime's coming. I don't know what you're going through. I'm going to chat with you in a minute. But dude, keep your head up, bro. Like, honest to God, I'm sure there's times when I sit around and I beat myself up in my mind as well. My best advice, not knowing what's going on yet, is try to find anyone that doesn't have a routine, whether it's a job or an activity or something like that. It helped me get by in really horrible times when I felt like I had like way too much free time and I wasn't accomplishing things. It helped me to find a routine. It doesn't matter how big or small it is either. It's like when you find yourself a routine that works for you, it gives you something to look forward to do, to look forward to accomplish. It gives you a reason to go to sleep at night, a reason to want to get up in the morning, and it's way easier said than done. But it's absolutely possible for all of us. You just got to trick yourself for a minute, you know? You got to put yourself in a different mindset. Okay, the next couple of days are going to be a little shitty, but let me get on top of it and see what's going on. And then just make small changes one step at a time. That's my best advice, because the only time I'm ever feeling like crap about myself in the world is when I'm not creating, or I'm not accomplishing, or I'm not working towards something. It doesn't matter how big or small, I realized over the past few years, the project is. If you're working towards something, even if it's difficult, actually if it's difficult and challenging, I don't know how some of you feel, but I'd rather that. I'd rather set goals, and I was thinking about that this week too. I'd rather set goals that are a little bit more challenging, because I've gotten to the point where I've tried to set small goals and I've tried to follow them. So I feel like I'm progressing slowly on my own terms as well. And now I'm getting to the point where like I want to set up more challenging goals, because I said before, this entire world we live in was created by people. This entire country was built and created by people. People that think and thought and did and tried and achieved, and I'm sure failed a million times before they achieved. It's just like when you break it down in your mind like that, the world's less intimidating, to me anyway. Because we've all done this. We've all, like these cars I look at, no matter what brand, no matter what company, somebody designed them, somebody thought them up, somebody built them. They change over the years, you know, over the decades. Everything changes with style and with you know, it's just inspiring to me. It's just, we can do anything we want to do. Just take your time, set a slow pace, even if it's something like getting up and cooking yourself a nice meal every day. If you're not working or something, get up and look forward to that meal every day. That'll help. That's step one. So I hope you're feeling good, Bo. I'm going to chat with you in a minute. For the rest of you, I hope you're having a great day as well. I hope you didn't mind all my chatter, and I hope it was inspiring to a few people. Give it a thumbs up if you liked the video, you made it to the end, and I will definitely see you guys on Friday, 3 p.m. Take care.